Okay, welcome to Kasha. Then now what we are going to see is some thing related to the, we are going to give a touch up on the IBM FileNet and how we are using this IBM FileNet in the industry. Introduction on IBM FileNet. So basically, IBM FileNet, I don't have to give an history of IBM FileNet currently, but coming sessions for sure, I'm going to give an history like how IBM FileNet and from where it came and how it gradually came into a proper version. So for example, right, let me relate this to real time. For example, you can see, right, Microsoft also earlier it was not that good, but comparatively to 1960 that year, I hope it was gradually good and it was going. It was good, right? So comparatively coming to 2020, related to Microsoft, if you see there are its user interface or its performance or its UI or anything related to Microsoft is very good, right? So that is how we are going to measure the history of IBM FileNet later, but not in this session. But okay, but let me start with the IBM FileNet. Okay, so IBM FileNet, what we basically call it as ECM. So ECM is nothing but it is Enterprise Content Management. So I hope Enterprise Content Management is all related to the content management. So anything you deal with documents, videos, audios, any type of document, then it is related to enterprise content management. So basically, FileNet was built by IBM, and it helps in organizing the structured documents and unstructured documents. So basically, what I'm trying to tell is there can be structured documents. For example, IBM FileNet has the ability or privilege to accept any type of document, irrespective of any extensions. For example, right, you have a text file. That text file can be uploaded to FileNet. Correct. So again and again, if you're going to upload a text file, then it is a structured document because you are just uploading the text file. But if you have complex files like you upload Microsoft files, it can be anything, Microsoft Office file, Word file, Excel, spreadsheet, whatever you do, then it is a combination of all the documents. So there it becomes unstructured documents. So FileNet has the ability to content. So basically what I'm trying to tell is it helps the organization to digitalize, store, and manage the documents electronically. That's what I'm trying to say. For example, let me give you one example.
What I want to learn from the FileNet part is how basically we can like what are the components in FileNet, how we can install the FileNet, and how the user interface is, ICN. So this is my basic requirement from the FileNet perspective. So if you could just quickly give me those overviews, so you can skip the basic parts of how the content is basically managed, but you can give me the components part. What are the components within the FileNet, and how exactly you install? What are the softwares that will be required, and how much time frame it basically takes, and how we can integrate it with ICN or maybe federate it with IBM CMOD, and also data cap if you want to scan some data and if you want to upload the data into FileNet. So what are the components over there? So if you could just give me a brief about those parts, so that would be great.
Sure. I hope you said that you have some clarity on IBM CMOD, right? Content Manager on Demand. So
correct.
I hope
I'm a subject matter
used
I'm a
Content
subject matter
Navigator?
expert. No, I haven't used Navigator. Initially, we used WebI, but Content Navigator we haven't. So we have some custom applications using Oddbig jars. We used to use that to view the data from CMOD, and otherwise we used to like we use the on-demand client for viewing the documents. So we are not using ICN, but like in our project we will be using ICN as well. So to federate the data from CMOD as well as from FileNet. So I just want to know if you could just explain the basics on that.
Sure, I can do that. So basically, if you are really interested to know on the FileNet tools, what it is, basically FileNet itself is an component of IBM, same as CMOD. And what components are there is first one IBM, you have DB2, okay. It can be any database you can use it, okay. For example, there are three database currently that FileNet is configured on. First is IBM DB2, second is Microsoft SQL, and third is Oracle. So you can use these versions of database. On top of this only, we should be able to place or put a foundation for the IBM FileNet. Okay, but uh, database is a separate thing. Then coming, we need to again install a IBM tool called IBM WebSphere. Okay, so basically, WebSphere is the place where you install the FileNet itself. For example, that's what the actual meaning, what I wanted to give you. For example, if you're going to see a FileNet, or if you're going to see an CMOD in UI, right? Then it means that it is placed into the IBM WebSphere, or it placed into an JBoss or Oracle WebLogic. So, but since IBM WebSphere is a part of IBM, so I hope I would like to explain more on the IBM part, not on Oracle or on JBoss. So, two things really important here. One is database, second is the IBM WebSphere, and the third is the we require the Java part of it. So basically, Java, right? IBM itself are having a default binary files. So it's a they call it as an SDK. SDK means what is related to FileNet to run in a specific server. Those components are inserted into that SDK part.
Mhm.
So three
Uh,
things. What I've explained is
okay,
database, IBM Sphere, and the Java. These three things are actually required. And coming to the
yeah,
FileNet.
yeah.
Coming to the FileNet.
I just like to stop you over here. So,
Hmm.
for example, for CMOD, when we basically install CMOD, so we also have a SDK with us, and we go to the, so we don't need a WebSphere. We just go to a Linux box and install those SDKs onto the Linux box. And once the binaries are installed over there, we can start using the CMOD product. So here you are saying we don't need a Linux box and for FileNet, and we just need a web sphere on which we can deploy the SDK. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
So basically, you're saying that so it will be SDK or it will be basically jar or a WAR file, right? Basically, that's what we deploy on uh,
WebSphere.
on a web sphere, right? So is it a
Yes.
SDK or it is a jar or a WAR file?
What we deploy is a WAR file.
WAR file. Okay. So we don't need a Linux over here, right? It's just the application server on which we need to deploy it. Plus, we need a database to store the metadata. Is that correct?
Yes, irrespective it is whatever the operating system, it's
Mhm.
not only that installation, but after installation, configuration part of it lies on the IBM WebSphere. That part I can show in the coming sessions, but currently let me give you some more things related to the IBM FileNet and dependent tools. For
Okay.
example, right, you see IBM FileNet having content engine and process engine. So the recent version of FileNet, he's having a combination of content engine, process engine. Earlier, these two were a separate component, and we had to install one by one. Once we need to do content engine installation, second we need to go for the process engine installation. But now it's not like that. One application, FileNet, that's it. One application has two components in it, content engine and process engine. Both gets installed. But the configuration part of it, it needs to be done in the FileNet.
Okay.
Coming to the IBM Content Navigator, I hope again Content Navigator is just like an user interface, so that you can call it as a web-based interface. Okay, so which is connected to FileNet. So usually users or any customers, they use the IBM Content Navigator. The reason is it looks good, and you can do all the types of operations in it. But coming to FileNet, it is we have an tool called ACE, ACCE. Okay, this is also an web-based UI. What we usually do is we just need to log in there, and we should be able to see all the things related to administration things.
Okay. So, Viru, when we install a FileNet, you're saying for content engine, process engine, and content navigator. So we'll get, I think, 3 separate WAR files that needs to be deployed on our application server. Is that correct?
No. Let me explain again. So FileNet is just one WAR file. Okay. Content navigator is one more WAR file. Content engine and process engine, you don't have to separate as an WAR file. That was in the earlier versions of FileNet. But current version of FileNet is just FileNet.war.
Okay.
Then for content navigator, it is called as navigator.war. That's it. WAR file.
Okay. So these WAR files, we get these WAR files from IBM, or how exactly we can procure these WAR files?
See, these files are the softwares. It can be if your company is an partner with the IBM, then you will have IBM software catalogs. You should be able to log into the IBM software catalogs, and since that means IBM partnered any companies should be able to download the softwares. That is one thing.
Okay. So actually, my company is partner with IBM, and we have access to that portal, the IBM Partners Catalog portal, and from there. But I actually asked one of my that was IBM person, so I asked him. So he said, okay, I can get you whatever softwares you want. So if you could just tell me what is the software that is, so I can ask him that he'll be able to share it with me. So, but what I was seeing that there was some Windows version also there, and there was some Linux versions were there. So why there is a difference in that, or it's the same thing? Whatever you can get Linux, Windows, it's the same thing.
That's what it depends on the operating system. Okay, Windows operating system, it has a separate FileNet, and that means the person who is really going to download the software, right? We need to give a part number to him. Okay, that's how he is going to download the FileNet related softwares also.
Sorry, what we have to give?
Part number. He's going to. We need to give a part number. Part number comes on the FileNet version part. I hope IBM CMOD, right? IBM CMOD has version, correct? Then IBM FileNet also have version to it.
Okay, so part number is version number?
Part number is not version number. Part number is exclusively to download a software. We need to go to IBM software catalog and give that search the part number. In Google, if you go, you will get most of the details like what is the part number of it. Okay, that part number, if you just add it to the or you search in the IBM website, you will get the software.
Okay.
Secondly, IBM software catalog is one website, and second is Passport Advantage. Passport Advantage is mainly used in places where it is for customers usually. Partnered for someone who some companies which are partnered with IBM, they are they'll be having IBM software catalog itself. These two links are separate.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So this particular that you're showing is after we install the CMod. After we install FileNet.
IBM FileNet.
So this is the logging page that comes up, right?
Yes, this is how it looks, and
Okay.
you can see, right?
Yeah, we do a few quick questions. So, for example, you're saying we just need to deploy on the application server whatever war files are there, right? We can simply deploy them. So the configuration is done by the admin person, or who does the complete configurations over there?
It's an admin person who does the complete
Okay.
configuration.
So in the configuration parts, basically there are some configuration files over there. We can simply do the configuration, like where exactly we want to store the database and all those things, right? So there must be some
Yes,
configurable files. Okay. So
yes,
once
we
we do
have.
that, okay. So you're saying once we do that, and once we set the port and all those things, we can simply use the so whatever server or the local host, the port number, and we can access the ACCE. So this is basically what you told about. What is the full form of ACCE?
ACC is Administration Console for Content Platform Engine. I hope
Okay.
you can see it right where I'm pointing. Administration
Yeah.
Console for
Yeah.
Content Platform Engine. So this is exclusively for people who can admin exactly from here, and Content
Okay.
Navigator is exclusively used as an user interface.
Okay. So you are saying that this particular administration console, this is only for the admin person, and you're saying that content platform engine is specifically for the end users.
End users. But
Okay.
if there is a business requirement where the customers have doesn't have a content navigator, and in that case they have to go for then ACE itself, ACC.
Okay. So using ACCE, you're saying that we can view the documents as well as do the configuration and monitoring from here, right?
See, monitoring related to monitoring, you can't do anything from here. I hope
Okay.
what I'm trying to tell is the documents, what was earlier uploaded from the content navigator, you should be able to
Okay.
see it from here also, because whatever you see in content navigator is a replica from FileNet.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. You will have all the administrative activities that you can perform it from here.
Okay. So basically, in CMod, we have a admin console where we basically configure the documents, like what type of documents will be there, its fields and all those things, right? Where exactly it will be stored. There are some storage sets. So these configurations we do using CMod admin console. So similarly, administrative console is similar to admin console for CMod. So it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And for the client, there is a separate portal. You're saying content platform engine, as well as we have content navigator. So these are two things from which end user can access. If they don't have access to that, they can use admin console also to get the fetch the data from here.
That's right.
Okay. Content platform engine is for end user. So from a content platform engine, you cannot do any configuration. It's just for retrieving the data. That's it, right?
Retrieving data. See, it's not only for retrieving data from content platform engine. You can add the document also. You
Okay.
can delete the document. You can
Okay.
give some configuration values on how to manage the, for example, right? If you see, right, you can give security part also. Security. Who needs to see? Who can view the document? Who cannot
Okay.
view the document? You can
Okay.
make sure that even to the folder part, who can view it, who cannot view that type, we can separate in detail in FileNet.
Okay, using administration console or content platform engine.
Administration console, this one, ACE.
ACE. Okay. So ACE is different and content platform engine is different, right? Or is it the same?
No, ACE and the content platform engine both are same.
Both are same. Okay.
Both are same. See, some people technically say in the background, see, there are two components which I referred earlier, right? Content platform engine and process engine, right? Same like that. If you come to ACE application, it consists both the components, content platform engine as well as the BPM of it. That means the workflow part of it.
Okay. Go ahead.
So let me move to the next screen. This is the login page which I wanted to show like how it looks. And second, after login, this is how it looks. See, you can see there's a domain. Okay. So basically, after you install the FileNet, there are a couple of things that you need to do it. First thing is domain creation we need to do. Second is object store creation. It needs to be done. In the object store creation only, you have separate set of operations that you can do exclusively for that particular object store. So object store is the place where you can store the documents, manage the documents.
Okay.
So this is the login page, what I'm trying to show you. The one what I'm trying to show here is an domain. This is also domain. This is the domain name. When you open this, right, when I expand this object store, you can see one object store in it. So under the object store, if you go again, that is a separate thing where that's where you going to see that what documents can be loaded, how you can load it. All related to the administration part of it.
Okay. So here user management can also be done from here.
User management means what do you mean?
So for example, if I want to create like if you want to give me access, so for example, a Daksh user will be created. So how that is done? Okay.
See, first thing is you should be a part of the LDAP. Okay. That is in the Active Directory. If you go, you should be a part of a group or something. If not, from there, what we are going to do is the FileNet is connected to the LDAP. Okay. So if I am an admin, okay, if assume that I'm going to log into this ACE application, correct? After I log in, I have the privilege to add you as an admin or just an user.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So we can manage the users from this particular console, right? Admin console.
Yes.
So but first that particular user should be there in the Active Directory so that that particular user can be authenticated by the LDAP. Once it gets authenticated by the LDAP, then there's a separate permission that can be put in over here. So so it's like kind of a double authentication.
That's right.
Okay, so within the portal, we can add a particular user and we can provide the kind of privilege that needs to be provided. It could be an admin or it could be a normal user, right?
That's right.
Okay, so a admin user can modify then further things, right? It can modify the domain and the classes over there. But I think a normal user will not be able to do that.
Yes. But once the domain and object store is created, you can't change it.
Okay, got it.
So let me move away from this PowerPoint and let me show you. Okay, I have my VM. So basically, let me just show you how it looks also. Okay, I have this is my own VM. Okay, my own VM. If you can see, right, there are many things what I have done, and I have a separate drive. Okay, and the separate drive, I'm actually having the softwares with me. So basically, you see, right? I have the softwares like this. This is how you need to download from the software, IBM software catalog. You need to basically give the part number for it. Maybe that I can explain in coming session, like how you need to check the compatibility matrix. One version of FileNet cannot match with database or IBM WebSphere. In that case, you should do IBM compatibility matrix. That is the first thing what we need to do while analyzing and while downloading the softwares.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think we have to first install the IBM Installation Manager. Over the Installation Manager, we need to install the WebSphere, and then we need to install the FileNet.
That's right.
Okay.
I hope, are you having any knowledge on the IBM Installation Manager, WebSphere?
So actually, I have done it few years back. So just for my personal this thing, I tried to install IBM Installation Manager, and then I tried to install the WebSphere, and then I tried to install a jar file. So it was a Oddwig jar from IBM only. So for CMOD, there's a Oddwig, right? And some REST APIs over there. So I tried to do that, but I was not successful with that. But it was like I was doing it for my own learning, but there were a lot of complications because I was doing in my own computer. So I was unable to do that. But yeah, I have basic idea of how exactly it is done. It is all UI based. For if I go for the Windows, I think it is not very complicated if you know the complete proper process.
Right. So let me just show you the Active Directory of it. See, this is a VM where I myself created the Active Directory, and I have the users created for database one thing. Then if you see, right, FNP8 admin is the one which I'm going to log in the FileNet Ace application now. Then this is a group. Then FN VAS admin. VAS admin is for WebSphere. I have shown here, and I have ICN admin. I have different types of admin so far. That is how the FileNet is going to work. So here I'm going to use FNP8 admin. Okay.
Okay, so this user should be there in LDAP. So first authentication is getting done via Active Directory.
That's right.
Okay, but the user should also be present in.
This I should have explained in the coming sessions. Maybe I hope you already have some knowledge in the IBM CMOD. That's why you are able to answer the things.
Yeah.
Since it was a demo session for me,
Okay.
I thought this is not required for you for now. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But let this open. Let this get logged in. I can show you the things. A little bit of things I can show you here right away.
Yeah. So this particular user FNP8 admin. So this is a default user, or this user will be created by you?
That was created by me.
Okay.
In the LDAP, it is created, and I have the username and its password. So basically, what I do is I'm going to take this as a chance and make sure for the integration of FileNet with WebSphere and the LDAP authentication, this FNP8 admin is required. Okay.
So this particular user you created in FileNet or LDAP Active Directory?
I created in LDAP. This user is created in the LDAP, and
LDAP, not
its
created,
informations are used in the configuration part of it. Configuration part means in the WebSphere, in the FileNet, in everywhere it is used.
Okay.
Now you see, right? It's I have logged in, and you can see the domain. I have an object store, and to the domain related property tabs, I have everything related to that. Let me just go to this object store. Let me go to browse. See, administrative itself only you can see, right? You have n number of things that you can do here related to the administration part. Then data design is something else. Maybe in the coming sessions, I can explain to you, but I'm not sure what is the scope currently they have given to me. It's just the installation is what I have heard it so far.
Yeah. So data designing is basically configuring, right? Configuring the documents that will be there, right?
Document classes, configuring of property templates, those things and all.
Okay. Okay. So
That's
that
all. Basically,
new
this
documents
user
can come.
doesn't do. Only the admin part, admin people does this.
Okay. Okay.
And you see, right, I just went to one folder called browse. Okay. I went
Mm-hmm.
there, and if you see, right, I have uploaded one document. Just one
Okay.
document I've uploaded. You can see. So IBM Content Navigator is also same, but it will be an
Mm-hmm.
enhanced version of it. Here you have some more steps to add a document. For example, right, actions. If you go, I can create a folder. I can create a new document. This is just
Okay.
like if you are in Windows 10, how you create a
Mm-hmm.
folder and how you add
Mm-hmm.
the documents.
Mm-hmm.
This is a centralized FileNet. That's it.
Okay. So, Viru, for example, in CMOD, when we have to load bulk documents, so like for example, we load documents like in millions. So, for example, 1 million documents gets loaded into CMOD in like few seconds. So, we use Unix shell scripting and we use some
CMOD APIs.
yeah, APIs we use those APIs basically in our shell script to load the data into whatever application. So in CMOD we have application groups in which we load the data. So how exactly it is done in FileNet? Are there any APIs or how exactly you use
Yes,
you
yes,
you you must be using Java code in that case, right? To load the data.
that's right. Yeah, basically what we use is the Java code, and
Mm-hmm.
using the Java FileNet APIs, we should
Okay.
be able to communicate with the FileNet. Content now, like how you said the APIs for CMOD, for
Mm-hmm.
content engine APIs, there's a separate like how to retrieve the connection, which document we need to retrieve it, we can do it there. And related to process engine, that is separate. That is a separate APIs. Content engine APIs and process engine APIs are separate.
Okay, so for those APIs, when we install the FileNet, all those APIs get installed. So like all those gets deployed, or we need to do it separately.
That all gets deployed, but if in case if you are going to run the application, right, for
Mm-hmm.
example, you write a Java code. I hope
Mm-hmm.
if you need to do a testing, you should have the
Mm-hmm.
jars, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
for example, here we need to have the jars applied to the Java code.
Mm-hmm.
When it is referenced to the jars, then
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to test it. It
Okay.
First thing you need to see whether the connection is successful or not.
Okay.
Then upon the successful connection, you should be able to create a document or add a document or delete a
Mm-hmm.
document or give him some security part or do
Mm-hmm.
any type of operations. It
Okay.
depends on the business requirement.
Okay. So basically we can we have some documentation on that particular jar files APIs that are there uh, on IBM side, so that we can use those and load the data into FileNet.
Yes, that's right. APIs are there. It can be
So
used.
documentation is also there, so we can use those and load the data, right?
Documentation in the sense, if you go to the IBM Knowledge Center, you might have most of the APIs of in Java or .NET. Both you get it. I hope
Okay.
that should be useful.
Okay. So using that documentation, then we can load the data into FileNet.
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying that, for example, just you loaded one document for sample at 555. It was showing that you loaded a sample document. So how exactly you loaded that particular document? You just drag dropped it, or how exactly it got loaded?
It was not a drag and drop. You need to add it. Drag and drop works in the Content Navigator, not in ACE application.
Okay. So using Content Navigator, we can drag and drop, and it will automatically load the data into FileNet.
Yes.
And we have
But
folder structures.
if there are metadatas along with it, then
Mm-hmm.
you need to drag and drop doesn't work. You
Mm-hmm.
need to make sure you fill all the mandatory items like
Okay.
properties. Then you
Okay.
need to upload it.
Okay. Got it. Got it. And what I was asking. Yeah. So, are there any folders? So in CMOD, we have different folders from which we want to extract the documents, right? And to some folders, we give access to users, to separate users, and to other users, we give separate accesses. So here also we have a concept of different folders.
Yes, we have a concept of it. You can create n number of folders and you can
Okay.
use it.
So and the properties like the fields over there are different. Can be different in each and every folder, right?
Yeah, that depends on the business requirement. How
Business
you
requirement.
want, you can make sure. See, compare if you're just comparing IBM CMOD to IBM FileNet, both are
Mm-hmm.
different tools. But
Mm-hmm.
thing is, FileNet is a very complex tool where there are multiple capabilities to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you see, you can do integration, content analytics, collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Scalability is more in
Mm-hmm.
FileNet, as well as the industry applications. FileNet is used in wide range of industries. For
Mm-hmm.
example, finance, insurance, healthcare, government
Mm-hmm.
sectors, manufacturing, and many more.
Mm-hmm.
And even see, you told about IBM Data Cap also, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have experience on IBM Data Cap also, but just I want to make sure that yes, IBM Data Cap can be integrated with IBM FileNet.
Okay.
You do a scan from the IBM Data Cap, you should
Mm-hmm.
be able to load that file into the IBM FileNet. Overall, if you do end-to-end testing, that document will be there in the FileNet. That's
Okay.
possible.
Okay. Okay. And the installation part for DataCap is also similar like FileNet. On WebSphere, it needs to be deployed, or how
No,
exactly is
it
that?
doesn't require WebSphere. DataCap doesn't require WebSphere, but
Okay.
current version of DataCap should be installed only in the server. It can't be done in the local desktop or laptop.
Okay. So you're saying it will be similar to how we install CMOD, right? Where we just simply deploy the SDKs on a particular server and we just install. So similarly, DataCap can also be installed over there.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Uh, Yeah, actually, I just want to learn all these processes because there's a requirement that is coming up. So here, what we have to do is we have to basically do a setup for one of our clients where we need to install DataCap as well as FileNet, and so it will be completely from scratch installation of both these systems, and then migrate the data from its legacy system onto this particular FileNet.
Okay,
So
I hope you are referring to migration.
migration, yeah, correct. So
Okay,
it is installation as well as migration. So it's a complete from scratch installation, and the legacy system is not FileNet. It is some very legacy system. I'm not sure on that particular part as well.
okay. Legacy
So
system is something else, XYZ, but the
XYZ.
source is sorry, but the destination is FileNet. That's what you're meaning.
FileNet. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I
A
get it.
data cap plus FileNet. So data cap as well we have to install, and FileNet also we need to install. LDAP also we require, and also we require one search. There is some source search or something is there, right, in FileNet? Let me
Source
check.
search or content search service.
Content, yeah, content search service. So what is that?
Okay, content search service is something that is installed upon FileNet, where,
Okay.
for example, you have n number of documents. You have millions and billions of documents. If you have, for
Okay.
example, a document. In a
Mhm.
document, you are remembering a keyword. That's it.
Okay.
But if you give that keyword and search in the millions and billions of document, you are going to
Okay.
get all the documents related to that keyword.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason, the IBM content search service is used.
Okay. So it is installed separately,
It
or
is
it comes.
installed separately.
So we have like a separate jar is over there, and we need to deploy it over the web application server.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And we need to then configure that particular part.
Yes.
Okay. And there is another part, I think, records management. I think that is similar to enterprise retention management, I suppose,
Yes,
where
that's
we
right.
hold and all those things, right? Document hold is there. So this is using records management, I suppose. And for that, we need to separately install like a content search service, or it comes with this, and we just need to do the configurations. How it is?
See, the one what you requested, right? Data cap, content search service, then I hope the enterprise resource.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, these all are separate installations,
Okay.
and these are separate tools.
Okay. 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 So you're saying that record management and content search service, these are completely separate tools that needs to be deployed.
Yes.
But these comes as a part of FileNet.
This doesn't come a part of FileNet. These are separate softwares. Again, that's how you have downloaded the FileNet. I showed you, right, how I've downloaded the FileNet, like a zip
Mhm.
file. It
Mhm.
is that you need to download the content search
Content.
service and
Okay.
the record management.
Okay. So, but these are like, you can say like content navigator is a peripheral service to FileNet. So similarly, these are also peripheral service to FileNet.
Yes, that's right. Content Navigator you can use right away to all the applications. Uh, for example, right, ICM, that means Content Navigator sits on FileNet. It can sit on record management. It can sit on content search service.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you do one search from the content navigator, then it will
Mm-hmm.
trigger the content search service. It will move to the FileNet. It will find out the document. It will get back in the same reverse chronicle order, and it will
Mm-hmm.
display to you in the navigator.
Okay. 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 So you're saying that these things basically, so first content navigator will talk with content search service and records management, and then it will fetch the document from FileNet.
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay. Okay. So, but record management, what I understand it is it retention management or not?
It's a
Like the whole
retention management, yes. After
doc.
a certain point of, for example, right, I'll just give you a real-time example, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for example, assume in Dubai, for example, in United Arab Emirates,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there's a retention period.
Mm-hmm.
For say, one document is uploaded into the record management.
Mm-hmm.
That means it has a retention period. Retention period means it has an expiry date.
Expiry date,
After
like 10
that
years,
expiry
5
date, it
years.
shouldn't be in the record management.
Okay,
For
it should be
example, it can
deleted.
be 3 years or 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It depends. Until there, it will be there in the record management. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it depends. After that, you have the privilege to delete it,
Okay.
or it
Okay.
can itself delete it.
Okay, got it, got it. And regarding the storage part, so I think the metadata of the documents that are getting stored in FileNet will go into the database, and the actual document, the physical document, will be stored somewhere. Like we have to configure.
Yes.
Will it go to file system? Will it go to
File.
Centera, ECS, or it will
Yes.
go
Yes.
into maybe a cloud, right? So these
Yes.
configurations are done at the time of installation.
These are done for FileNet. It is done during the object store configuration.
Okay, okay, okay. Object. So within the class, we do that.
Not within the class. Maybe I can explain
Mm. Okay,
see, I can explain more on these topics in the coming session, because
incoming.
I see that uh, already you are aware of some knowledge, so it requires more time to explain for you.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So I understood that point. And so for example, there's a TSM layer is there in CMOD, where Spectrum Protect Plus, if you're aware of, TSM servers are there through which we load the data. So is that particular part in FileNet as well or not? Hello.
See, there are few ways how you can upload a document to FileNet. One, it is through ACE application, what I showed you.
No. I'm so actually my question is TSM over here the Tivoli storage manager?
No, Tivoli storage manager is not here.
It's not here. Okay, then cool. I understood. So actually internally, what happens if we store any data in CMOD? So we require a separate TSM Tivoli storage manager, which actually helps in loading the data into maybe cloud or any other place we want to store. So that we use TSM server. So I think here we don't need. FileNet will be capable enough to handle those situations. Okay, so I think I'm okay.